First Lady Michelle Obama is sitting down with Oprah Winfrey for one final interview before she leaves the White House. And while she praises the job her husband did, she's not going quietly. Watch this.
See, now we're feeling what not having hope feels like. You know, hope is necessary. It's a necessary concept. And Barack didn't just talk about hope because he thought it was just a nice slogan to get votes. I mean, he and I and so many believe that what else do you have if you don't have hope?
Joining me now to discuss Tony Perkins. And Tony, I think you would agree it is a necessary concept, and it is more than a slogan, but I'm not sure you would agree that somehow all of a sudden America has become a rudderless, hopeless ship.
No, in fact, before I talk about hope, let me say Merry Christmas, because that's where our hope is actually found, is in something that transcends any political party or government. And I think that's what's at play here, Charles, is the fact that you have someone who, in fact, if you go back to February of 2008 during the Democratic presidential primary, you might recall that she made a comment when it looked like Barack Obama was zeroing in on the nomination. I'm going to quote what she said. She said, quote, "For the first time in my adult life, I'm really proud of my country because it feels like hope is finally making a comeback." That's understandable if your hope is linked to a failed liberal ideology that has to have government to impose it. And that's what we're talking about here. Yes, liberals who have to have government impose their view on Americans, they are losing hope. But America, no, it's not losing hope. In fact, it has a very bright future.
You know, and also, in my estimation of what I'm seeing, and is that to your point, there's two different, perhaps, types of hopes. One, that a big parental government takes care of you, and one, the hope for these voters who, by the way, voted for Barack Obama twice, in these states, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, that there's hope that they can pull themselves up by the bootstraps, that there'll be the kind of backdrop that America has always been known for, and that if they just do the rest, if they put in the sweat equity, then they can chart their own course.
The freedom to do that, the ability to raise your family according to your values, and to be able to go out and earn a day's living and be able to keep a large portion of that. That's hope. Being able to chart your own future without the government being in the way. And again, when you're a liberal and you have a failed liberal ideology that has been rejected time and time again, because every time it's put into practice, it doesn't work, you have to have government to impose it. And so, yes, I can see where they're losing hope. But look, even during the darkest days of Barack Obama, I didn't lose hope, because my hope was not in government. My hope was beyond government, to the American people and to what our country is truly anchored to, and it's a deep, abiding faith in the ability, if you do the right thing the right way, you're going to succeed.
Tony, before I let you go, God, you haven't really, talked about, ultimately you did mention Christmas, but, our foundation also is a Judeo-Christian work ethic, Judeo-Christian love of fellow man. We're the most generous nation ever in the history of mankind. Is that going to make a comeback? Is that essential? Does that essentially have to be part of this comeback and this new hope that we get out there?
I think that's why there's a new breath of hope that has come into Americans, is that there is a sense, as you pointed out, our country does have a solid foundation in faith, in the faith in the Christian faith, in Jesus Christ. And we have seen the ability to live out one's faith hampered under the policies of this administration. It has to, because it's a challenge. It is a competition with big government. And so I think people once again see the opportunity to live their lives according to their faith, share their faith, and I think we're going to see not just a political revival in this country, I think we're going to see a revival of faith, and that's going to benefit everyone.
All right, hallelujah. Tony Perkins, thank you very much.